Following the live, 2 likes, like 42. Come on. Yeah, come on, mate. My throat's causing me a lot of issues. I'm probably going to sneeze a lot. My nose will start running. I got my somebody recommended me to have some hot water with honey and lime. That's what I have. Best teacher ever, baby. 5 in the live, 2 likes. Kobe won 5 NBA finals, lost 2. Elizabeth became the queen in 52. 6 in the live, 2 likes. She was coronated on 6-2 in 1953, 1953, the 62nd try. I did that documentary about a week before England won 6-2 against Iran, saying how big that 62 number was with the queen. And they win 6-2. Simon said that's wild. That was a great documentary. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for watching. Told you my work's nothing unless people watch it. My website's nothing unless people support it. So thank you. Thank you so much to Chad. You guys all know that I have the gift for talking. I can talk all day long. I'm talking now when my throat's killing me. I can't do what he did. That documentary wouldn't have been half as good without Chad. Please support his YouTube channel. I've put the link in the description. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, if there's some issue with that link, all you have to do is literally type this in. So, deeper conversations with Chad. I will be doing another one of them with Chad about this World Cup when it's over. I already have enough information right now to be able to do one with him, but I'm going to wait until it's all over. 19 in the live, 9 likes. Queen Elizabeth's funeral, 19-9. It's interesting that that can be written as 919, like September the 19th. And 919 is the 157th prime. And the 2018 World Cup final was on 15/7, the 15th of July, which France won by beating Croatia 4-2. Kobe Bryant died a span of 157 days after his birthday. 157 is the 37th prime. And if England win the World Cup, or if they get there, the World Cup final is exactly 37 weeks before Gareth Southgate's birthday. So I had Argentina to win today and Mexico to win. I'll explain that later in the live if I have the energy. As soon as I saw France, I dropped 9 of the players and the odds went from like -250 to -134. I didn't think they were winning that game. Dangerous game. But the Mexico and Argentina codes were just scandalously good, which I'll explain later. But again, I ain't saying that to try and get you to my website or rave on about money. It's the numbers. I told all my students Mexico will win, but they will go out. And I remember Mexico got the 3rd goal, which got disallowed, and 2 kids ran up to me and said, I told you we're going to go through, because they so badly wanted me to be wrong. I said, all right, let's watch. And then they disallowed it. I wasn't like being smug about it either. I just went, they looked at me like, oh my goodness, this guy. I told them all at the school Mexico would win by a goal. And then it was 2-1. And what they did, Argentina win. The odds told you at halftime. The code said it for them to become 2-0-1. The code said it. But the odds said at halftime that Argentina were winning. And they scored like a minute after into the second half. And what happened, the Argentina game was over with Poland. And then they all turned over to the Mexico game, and Saudi Arabia scored. It's Satan. I couldn't be around. I found it very hard. I kept walking away from the students and the teachers watching it because I knew what the game was going to be. I knew it was going to be energy harvesting at the highest level. They'd have Mexico win, but they would go out. And the reason I knew that, well, I'm not going to say knew because nobody knows. The reason I strongly believed that was because Mexico just got their 66th point at the World Cup. 66. It all connects to England. They won the World Cup in 66. Saudi Arabia stayed on 4 World Cup wins and 2 draws. England won the World Cup in 66. They won the final 4-2. Church of Satan founded in 66. Book of Revelation, the 66th book. Beast reigns 42 months, guys. So I was like, they're going to make this close, but Mexico will win, but they will go out. And I also told everyone in my website, they're all asking, so who's going to progress? Mexico, Poland. I said Poland will go through because it's war-themed. It's war-themed. And Hitler invaded Poland. And they went through. but they had to make it dramatic. Okay, the first 2 games just low scoring, 1-0, 1-0 for Satan. All 4 of these games today were 0-0 at halftime, and the World Cup supposedly showcasing the best footballers in the world. Really? 8 teams can't score a goal between them in the first half of a game. And Messi missing the penalty. I know why he missed the penalty. Now he scored 6 out of his last 7 games. 6 times 7's 42. They had to have him miss that penalty, which wasn't a penalty. Outrageous decision. I've told you VAR, Satan. Satan's behind technology. I've said this for ages. He's behind technology. He came up with VAR. I do believe football is a beautiful game, that he's corrupted, like he's corrupted everything that is sacred. Okay? Satan is pure sacrilege. Okay? Violation or misuse of what is regarded as sacred. That is what sacrilege is. And I've told you, many people in the world are scared of what's sacred. That's why you play around with those letters, scared and sacred. Same letters. So, Fire of London, 1666. Yeah, good stuff. Anyways, I'll go back to all that stuff in a moment. But yesterday, I was supposed to premiere my documentary. And right before it was about to show, YouTube flagged it for 13 seconds, a 13-second clip. They told me it was all fine, and right before, 13. The World Cup final leaves 13 days left in the year. 13 is the 6th prime. So I had to mess around with it all, and Chad had to mess around with it, with all the other stuff I've got going on in my life right now. But I said, Satan's tried to silence me so many times. So he's probably don't want me doing this now. But the Holy Spirit destroys Satan. He doesn't have that within him. Oh, that's too hot still. Like my picks, baby, are too hot at the moment. So before I get into what I was about to say, Chuck, thank you so much. Chuck's like the striker right now who's scoring every game. He's in my website and he's been with me from the beginning. Phenomenal guy, more importantly, phenomenal decoder, helping people. His codes are on a different level. And him and I together, I've told you, it's poetry in motion. He decoded Australia to win today, plus 650. Unbelievable Queen riddle. He learned a lot from me with the Queen and Revelation. He always tells me that. But then again, he's taken the knowledge and is doing amazing stuff with the knowledge. And then I obviously had Mexico to win and Argentina to win. I was still getting messages at halftime from people. Please stop messaging me, guys. Like, do you think they're going to win then? It's not looking good. I'm like, it's 45 minutes in. If Satan wants there to be 2 goals in 30 seconds, he'll give you them. And by the way, in that Mexico game, I was speaking to my mate Pedro, great guy. I was saying, this is all about the Queen. You're going to win, but you're going out. Yeah, whatever. I was like, watch. And then after 77 minutes, I always talk about 77. All the time talk about 77 and how 7's connected to Jesus. And you have Boris Johnson was the 77th Prime Minister of the UK, and he stepped down on the 7th of July, 7-7. The London bombings were on 7-7, 2005. 9/11, Flight 77 reportedly hit the 77-foot tall Pentagon in Washington, D.C. on the 77th Meridian West. And crashed 77 minutes later. Gareth Southgate coached his 77th England game in their first game of the 2020 World Cup. He came in, guys, coaching 76 games for England. 7 times 6 is 42. Pope Francis became the Pope at age 76. The Vatican was founded the 42nd day of the year. The Basilica was struck twice by lightning the 42nd day of the year, right before Francis became the Pope. This is so unbelievable, this stuff. All right? So there were all these 77s, and after 77 minutes in the Mexico-Saudi Arabia game, they brought on number 8 and number 9. All right? The Queen died 8-9, the 8th of September. 89 is the 24th prime. The winning goal was scored by number 24. That free kick was not him doing it. It was supernatural. Not one of these players is in control of the actions on the field. That's why they can miss from 1 yard or score a 30-yard bicycle kick or do a ridiculous sending off that didn't make any sense, or why there's 3 goals in the last 2 minutes of a game, or why a team can be up 4-0 and not win the game. Or in basketball, a team can be down 30 in the third quarter and still win. It's not the players. You say it's technology. Satan uses technologies behind it. So technically, yes, technology is involved. The players who are getting our energy, that energy is going to Satan. But that's why they're getting all these big contracts and all this money. Satan knows money's nothing. He laughs at money. It's one of his greatest inventions, money. Just like social constructs, like countries. Racism. I told you anything with ism is Satan. Racism, Nazism, socialism, capitalism. All right, nationalism, sexism. It's all Satan with the ism. You got to see through his isms, baby. You got to see through his isms. You know what I mean? I do. And now, look, he has to have the rainbow flag. He can't have 7 colors on the flag. It has to be 6. The rainbow flag for the LGBTQ community is 6 colors. He can't have 7. He's one step below God. Always will be. But this is his time right now. But I ain't bothered, because this little realm that we're living in, Satan's world, where you can't get to the top of it without worshiping him, that's the reality. You can talk to me and attempt to look me in the eye and say you're just saying that because you're bitter, because you're not a celebrity, or because you didn't become a footballer when everyone thought you were going to be. You can say that to me and I'll eat you alive, because I'm a lion. The illusion's a lion. I feel like that. Jesus is a lion. That's why the 3 Lions are going to be playing the Lions Senegal, like I told you all. And big shout out to Chuck. But I did say that it makes sense England to win the group and Senegal to finish second. And the team that won that group was Holland, that has the lion in the crest. Their top goal scorer right now is Memphis Depay, 42 goals. He has a giant lion on his back. He's playing at Barcelona. Who else played for Barcelona? Zlatan, who calls himself the Lion. You had the Lioness win I'm a Celebrity, which looked like Peter Crouch because it's a man. All right, was that the 22nd edition of I'm a Celebrity? Like it's the 22nd edition of the World Cup, and they had a lioness win it. You have the UFC fight who's a blatant bloke who goes by the Lioness. I did a code involving her, which was all connected to the Queen. The amount of chances these world-class players are missing is laughable. Again, Lewis, they're supposedly the best players in the world. If you saw me play football, Lewis, like when I'm through on goal, ask anyone who's played with me. 90% of the time, it's a goal with me. And these top stars, the through on goal, one-on-one, giant goal, and they either hit it straight at the keeper or they sky it. They're not in control. Don, thank you. I want to stop to say thank you to Don to Durrell. Don't get this thing again, Adam, where you feel like you're going to faint. Don's one of the people on this journey that I've learned from and who makes me laugh every single time he speaks to me. And he's always supported me, and it's not just about the super chats here. He knows that I'm not in this for the money. But he's just the guy that if I ever feel a bit pissed off or fed up, I'll message him or I'll call him because he's always smiling. And even when he's having a bad day and he's had a shit day, he still smiles. And he's one hell of a guy, man. So these athletes, guys, we can talk about Masonic bloodlines and satanic bloodlines. That is correct because they know how it all works. They take part in the black magic. Okay, they're aware of how they can get close to Satan and how if you do worship Satan, he will reward you, just like in the TV show Lucifer. What's your deepest, darkest desire? All right, he'll give you that, but then he'll own you. And the goals that you score, which is not you, you'll celebrate the way he tells you to celebrate. And not because they've said before the game begins. All right? Okay, Messi, when you score, make sure when you score, you look at camera 3 doing that. No, he hasn't got any control. The little demon. All of them at the World Cup. And isn't it funny how Argentina's went through, like I told you, they would win the next 2 games to win 2 out of 3, 66.6%. I told you all they'd win the next 2 and go through top of the group with 6 points. I told you all England would finish with 7 points. 2 weeks before the World Cup began, that they draw with the US. Somebody, and they've got a +7 goal difference for that 77. I was just telling you how 77 is so connected to England. That's why you have Pele. I've done a code on my website, going into hospital today, who's Brazil's leading goal scorer with 77 goals. I think England beat Brazil in the final. I think Argentina go out in the semis. I'm saying think. But yeah, all the 77s. Pele was born 10/23 and is in hospital 10 months and 23 days before his birthday. I said, over a year ago that Pele is going to die in 2023? Go back and watch it. I don't think he dies during this World Cup. All right. Neymar's probably going to match his record. I think I said this. I said, if Neymar overtakes Pele in the goal scoring charts, Neymar's on 75. Pele 77. I said, as soon as Neymar overtakes him, Pele's gone. So that will mean that Neymar needs 3 goals at this World Cup. Or he might not even come at this World Cup, but as soon as Neymar overtakes him, gone. Pele's gone. And Pele played New York Cosmos. Cosmos is the opposite of chaos. Okay? And Neymar just had the documentary, The Perfect Chaos. All right? Order out of chaos is the Freemason model. It gets you 2-2-2 in Gematria. Neymar signed for PSG for 222 million euros. And I've told you all of this. It's lies. All the numbers are lies. They're all slaves of Satan. Neymar did not get that amount of money. Ronaldo's not getting 500,000 a week. All right? Barcelona didn't let Messi go because they couldn't afford his wages. The monetary system is run by Satan. Messi went to PSG because I coded him to 6 months or a year before, telling you why. And then he turned around and said, I'm staying with Barca. And everyone, I must have got 100 people laugh at me. You were wrong. You think you know it all, don't you? You were wrong. He's staying. I said he'd spend his whole career at Barca. Ha, ha, ha. Boom. Spoiler alert, he's now playing in Paris, you muppets. Woo! Oh, I can't get out the woo. But yeah, people are always so desperate to jump on me. And then what I say, it comes to fruition. Just like the Queen dying at 96. Is anything going to happen to Mike Tyson on December the 2nd? Well, that's 12-2, 1-2-2 satanic. Gets you 122 in Gematria. That's why Kobe's 666 game was on 1-2-2, January the 22nd. Maybe something will happen to Tyson. Yeah, I've told you all these GOATs are going down. Serena Williams retired. I called the exact date of her retirement. Brady's on his way out. He'll be done at the end of the season. All right? He'll be done at the end of the season. Because it's his 23rd season. He's 45 years old. 45 is the 9th triangular number. 23 is the 9th prime. 9 is the number of completion. That's why George Orwell's book, 1984, was his 9th and final book that he published. Brady's done at the end of the season. I called Serena's date exact. Okay? Ronaldo and Messi are almost done. This will be the last ever World Cup. I said that before anyone in the world. All right? Go back and watch my stuff. This will be like, and what you on about last ever World Cup? I don't get it. People are starting to get it now, aren't they? Imagine I'm doing this for the next 4 years at this level. Do you really think that we're going to have another World Cup? No. They want a new world order, and if there's a new world order, there's no countries, like John Lennon foreshadowed in Imagine. Imagine there's no heaven, imagine there's no countries, and the world will live as one. No, we won't, Lennon, you satanic twat. All right? Some of us are going to go live in the kingdom of God. You're going to be with Satan in the lake of fire with the rest of the Beatles. Okay? But they have us listening to it. Imagine, making it this iconic song. All the songs that are iconic, that they repeat, they're satanic, and there's backmasking, where you listen to them in reverse, and it's like, worship Satan. All right? You go to a rock concert, and you're all doing that. I can't really stick my tongue out here. These numbers, every number means something. All right? I'll tell you why Mexico won. Right now, why Mexico won. You know what? I'll do the France one first, and I'll tell you why they had to disallow Griezmann's goal after 98 minutes. All right? Again, do you know how many people would have got on France in play or France draw or both teams to score? And then it comes up that it's a goal, and then after the game they disallow it. Here's why they disallowed it. Here's why Satan didn't allow this. The Queen took her last breath on 9-8. And then look what Sky Sports posted. Tunisia won, France 0. There's your Satan for 10. It was after the game, and look what they said. France equaliser ruled out. Sensational scenes at the death with Antoine Griezmann, who has 3 children, all born on the same date of 4/8. Just disgraceful. Illuminati gets you 48. Offside in the build-up to his equaliser. Griezmann is a female. All right? Those kids are not his. Tunisia take the famous win late on, but it won't mean much, sadly, with Australia having beaten Denmark 1-0. Both those games were 1-0. Chuck had Australia to win. And then at the end, it said, yes, you may breathe. And that was it. Tunisia became 1-1-1. Queen Elizabeth born 111th day of 1926. France stayed on 36 World Cup wins. 666 is the 36 triangular number. France won the World Cup in 1998. 666 times 3 is 1,998. French Football Federation, FFF. F's the 6th letter, that's 666. They won the 2018 World Cup, 18-6 plus 6 plus 6. The opening goal of that final was after 18 minutes. Mandzukic on goal. There was 6 goals in that game. It finished 4-2 for the Beast. That World Cup began on Donald Trump's birthday. The 2014 World Cup in Brazil began on George Bush Sr.'s birthday. The 2022 World Cup began on Joe Biden's birthday. And it also began on Mexico coach's birthday. He was born 2011. I've told you there might be an explosion. Osama bin Laden died 2011, like 2011. 20 plus 11 is 31. That's why number 20 Foden and number 11 Rashford scored to give England the 31st win at the World Cup. Marcus Rashford, by the way, was born on the exact date that Princess Diana died. I've not shared this yet. He opened the scoring. Okay, England against Wales. Rashford opened the scoring. I mentioned that to a few people because he's a devil. Red Devils. He was born the date Princess Diana died. Princess Diana was the Princess of Wales. Charles was the Prince of Wales. He's now the King of England. All right, Queen Elizabeth died. And then a funeral was 11 days after at 11 a.m. That's why number 11 Rashford scored 2. Okay? Rashford, 3 goals for number 11, 3-11 when coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. Queen Elizabeth died 911 days after 3/11/2020. It's all coded. Rashford's doing all of this. All right? It's doing all of that and doing that. You're going down, mate. You sold yourself to Satan, and I pity you. I hope you repent. But I doubt it at this point because you're too addicted to the fame and the fortune, aren't you? Those players that disappear, by the way, hands up to them. Those players that are really good then disappear. It's because they found Jesus. Your Ravel Morrison, who was told he was the best player to ever come through the Man United Academy. Fergie said he's going to be one of the greatest footballers of all time. Disappeared because he didn't want to keep playing along. Rooney played along. Okay, your James Milner played along, who came on the scene at like 16, although I played against him and he was really good. I'll give him benefit of the doubt. When I played against Leeds when I was younger, he was really good. Vardy, obviously, has gone from non-league to Premier League top goal scorer, winning the Premier League, playing for his country. How's that happen? We know why. Because he's a little Satanist. And he was born on 1-1-1. Just like Emil Heskey, who was an awful footballer. At least Vardy looked like he could play football. But again, speed can do that. When you fast, it can make you look like you're a good footballer. I've played against so many fast players who can't control the ball. Oh, they're erratic. But it does help. When you fast, you can get away with it. That's why Raheem Sterling gets away with it. The guy can't play football. He's got a demon inside of her. But fast. Rashford's fast. Not a great footballer if you actually study the game. All right? So, oh, my throat, man. Jeez. 6079 Smith, you know I love you to bits. I think you're one of the best coders in the world. All right? I just can't read out every code of yours all the time. 36 is the square root, like France stayed on the square root of 6. France stayed on 36 World Cup wins and ended the group with 6 points. Again, let's be serious. You're going to tell me, well, France changed 9 of the starting 11, like 9-11. You probably didn't notice that. But France's second team should be destroying Tunisia. Okay? They got beat 1-0 because it was coded for them to get beat 1-0 and keep them on 6 points. Simple as that. And then I found this stat. France were beaten in a World Cup match for the first time since 2014. Like 2-1-4. Queen's birthday, 20-1-4. The quarterfinal lost 1-0 to Germany. Of course, it was 1-0. Ending a run of 9 games without defeat. Winning 8, drawing 1. 9 games. They changed 9 of the team. Square root of 81 is 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. That's why they lost. And then, listen to this Mexico code. So once again, show you it's all about the Queen and Revelation, whether England win it or not. This whole World Cup's themed around those themes and war. This is a pre-code, by the way. This World Cup has been so connected to England winning the 66 World Cup. Mexico can advance to 66 World Cup points with a win. They did. Number of the beast equals 66. Book of Revelations, the 66th book of the Bible. Mexico's star is Chucky. Much love, Chuck. Chucky, again, connected to Satan if you watch the movie. And he wears number 22 for Mexico and number 11 for Napoli. 2,211 is the 66 try. That's why JFK died on that date. That's when Argentina began their World Cup this campaign. And obviously Argentina were involved in a game with Poland today in the same group as Mexico. England won the 66 World Cup 4-2. Saudi Arabia can stay on 4 World Cup wins and 2 draws. Beast reigns for 42 months. Guys, look out for the Saudi prince. I think is the false prophet, the Saudi prince. Okay? I'll have to do a video about him. He was born the same date Diana died. Mexico's 60th World Cup game. And they can get their 17th World Cup win. 617, the 113th prime. Today's date is like 11:30, 113. Again, that's when my documentary went. 113, 30th prime. Coronavirus declared a pandemic, 11-3. 11 times 3 is 33. Mexico, 33 in gematria. Corona gets you 30. 113, the 30th prime. Mexico gets you 30 as well. 30 plus 11 is 41, the 13th prime. Saudi Arabia got the 13th World Cup loss. 13 is the 6th prime. Number 6, Bobby Moore lifted the trophy for England in 66. What else did I say? 666 is the 36th try. Mexico hosted the World Cup 36 years ago in 86, where Argentina won. Saudi Arabia equals 86. Number 20 scored first for Argentina. And number 20 scored first for Mexico within a minute of each other. 2020. When was coronavirus declared a global pandemic? 2020. What day of the year was it declared a global pandemic? The 71st. What's 71? The 20th prime. Argentina won 2-0. If it wasn't for the 95th minute goal, both games would have been 2-0. But at one point, both games were 2020, like 2-0, 2020. 2020 vision is what I have. I had my awakening. 2020. Mexico's coach is Argentinian, and his 60th birthday was the day the World Cup began. Maradona was born in 1960. He died at age 60, and Messi's first World Cup goal was in a 6-0 win, like 60. It was on 616, the alternate number of the beast, and he got Argentina's 6th goal in a 16-minute cameo. The day after, Ronaldo scored on 617, and I've just told you that in Mexico's 60th World Cup game, they got the 17th win, 617, 113th prime. 617 is when Ronaldo Jr. was born. CDC equals 71. Catholic equals 71. Cheers, Joseph. CDC, Fauci. Yep. CDC, another 3-worded abbreviation. I've done a video about it. So what does Kun Aguero do for a living? You think now after retiring, just keeps worshipping Satan. He was at Barcelona where Messi was. He supposedly had a heart issue at 33, mocking Jesus. Aguero always does that. Aguero got the winning goal for Man City when they won the first Premier League. Got it in a 3-2 win against Queen's Park Rangers. Okay. 3-2, Argentina's flag, 32 raised, like the Society of Jesus' logo. 32 ain't no 33, is it? Jesus is 33. Satan, the closest he can get is 32. Just like he's 6, Jesus is 7. That is why Messi scored in 6 out of his last 7 games. Okay? 6 times 7 is 42. Messi is worshipped all around the world. People worshipping the beast. Is worshipped in Saudi Arabia, as is Ronaldo. That's why they're telling you now that Ronaldo is going to go play in Saudi Arabia. Give himself to the beast. Christ giving himself to the beast. Jesus Christ will never give himself to the beast. So I'm going to have to read this code out because Chuck deserves it. I added a tiny bit, but this is his code. And then I've got to go because I feel shocking. So check this out. This is why Australia won today and knocked out Denmark. All right? And I've added some stuff, but it's nearly all his. Number 7 for Australia scored the winning goal in a 1-0 win to give Denmark their 7th all-time loss at the World Cup. Australia got their 317th all-time win. 317 is the 66th prime. The book of Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. England won the World Cup in 66. Queen Elizabeth equals 66. Denmark equals 66. Corona equals 66. I'm just adding a bit of stuff to this. Prince Philip is from Danish royalty. 66 is the 11th triangular number. Denmark coach Hulman got his 11th loss for Denmark. Australia coach got his 157th all-time win. 919 is the 157th prime. Queen died on 9/8, but her funeral was 9/19, September the 19th. He stayed on 73 all-time draws and 73 all-time losses. I always talk about 73 because Queen Elizabeth was married for 73 years to Philip. Queen equals 73. This game today was played exactly 73 weeks since Denmark were eliminated by England in Euro 2020. Exactly 73 weeks. Come on, guys. The Australia boss, he became the boss exactly 64 weeks after coronavirus was declared a pandemic. It was declared on 3/11, the 64th prime. The game was played on 30/11, like 3/11. Coronavirus was declared a pandemic, guys, exactly 142 weeks before the game. Do you know who was born on that day? Ericsson. Ericsson was born on 14/2. See you later, Christian, mocking Jesus. Nothing ever happened to you. So coronavirus equals 142. I've told you 14 times 2 is 28, like the World Cup's 28 days. The span between your first and second vaccination for Pfizer is 28 days. And watch the movie 28 Days Later, which is about a pandemic and zombie apocalypse. Watch it. Why do you think the CDC has a whole page on the zombie apocalypse? Why did I have to teach that to my students? Why? There's also a span of 32 months and 20 days after coronavirus was declared a pandemic. 322, Skull and Bones. Georgia Guidestones erected 322. Georgia, St. George's flag. So many Georges. Australia coach, he became 2 wins, 0 draws, 2 losses, 202. Skull and Bones equals 202. It was his 6th game coaching Australia. No, it was his 4th game. For Australia, he got his 2nd win, like 42. How long the beast reigns for 42 months. I then saw the player who scored the winning goal was Matthew Allen Leckie, and he was born on 4/2. And an amazing guy called Pedro in my community said, look at his last name, Leckie. In Scotland, that means electricity. So he thinks that electricity is going to go off, and it will. It will. But that's a great call, Leckie. That's what they call it. And then I checked this guy's height out. 1.81 meters, 42nd prime. Denmark equals 42. The beast reigned 42 months. England won the 66 World Cup final 4-2. Denmark's Ericsson made his return to Denmark's national team in a 4-2 loss to Holland, who have the lion in the crest, and he scored. England knocked Denmark out the semi-final of Euro 2020. They did that on 7-7. This Leckie who scored was 7 for Australia and 7 for Melbourne City. There's your 77. Tom Hanks, I told Chuck about this last night. And he put it in the code. He was the first celebrity to get COVID. And he now lives in Greece, by the way. You've got the Alpha, Delta, Omicron variant, letters of the Greek alphabet. Prince Philip was born in Greece. You got Olivia Newton-John died, who starred in Greece. Well, his birthday to this game, 4 months and 21 days. Queen's birthday, 421. It's why Ronaldo left Man United, and they announced it 421 days after his 9/11 game, where he made his second coming for Man United, which I predicted. 4 months and 21 days is 144 days. My birthday is 114.4 and my dad's. Jesuit orders 144. The Elizabeth line opened the 144th day of the year. Modern day Freemasonry was founded 24/6, London, England. 24 times 6 is 144. There's 144,000 angels in Revelation. 144 is the 12th Fibonacci number. It's also 12 times 12. And the Queen died exactly a span of 12 weeks before this game. So 12 primes, 37. 37th primes, 157. Australia coach got his 157th all-time win. And the span, guys, was 84 days since Elizabeth died. And 84 days is obviously 12 weeks. Because 6 weeks is 42 days. Of course it is the 6 and the 42. So I could go on and on. I could give you the Argentina code. I'll give you that, then I'm off for sleep. I'm off for sleep. Where's my Argentina? This World Cup book is going to be, I think it might be better than my Queen one, and that's saying a lot, because that Queen book is mind-boggling. Where is it? I'm not going to go through the Pele code. That's on the website. I don't want to give you absolutely everything, because the Pele code is outrageous. I'll just give you this Argentina riddle as to why they won and why I told you they would top the group. Much love to Thomas Lockwood. He got on 3 of the teams that I said I'd like to win the group. He got on them, and they've all won the group. I like when he wins money, because he puts it towards his family. Takes them out for dinner or a trip away. That's what he does with his money. So, I'll have to tell you about Ben White. Ben White, who was at Arsenal, he was at Leeds. But Ben White, I've told you, the first veil, the first horseman is white, which was Jesus. Ben White, England wear white. He had to leave the World Cup for personal reasons, but we don't know what they were. Just personal reasons. He wears number 4 for Arsenal, 21 for England, 421, Queen's birthday. That's why he's gone. All right, Ben White, Benjamin White, they're getting him. I've noticed he's been in the news recently that he's a joker and he's funny. All right. He's gone for the 421. And 4 times 21 is 84. And this World Cup, 8 groups of 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Told you, Satan's behind 32. So there's 32 teams in the NFL, 32 teams in this World Cup. The Society of Jesus' logo has 32 raised. He's behind that 32. 3 times 2 is 6. So I'll give you this and I'm going. Where is it? Argentina, Poland. So from this group, I said Argentina win the group. Poland will go through in a war theme. Mexico will win but go out. And that's what happened. And Saudi Arabia will finish bottom, even though they beat Argentina. Scandalous. Scandalous. Poland can beat Saudi Arabia 2-0. Saudi Arabia can beat Argentina 2-1. And then Argentina can spank Poland. Made them look silly, from what I've heard. Argentina should take this in a Pope Francis ritual. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, who is, of course, Argentinian. They will advance to 2 wins, 0 draws, 1 loss, 201. 201 is huge with Pope Francis. He resided at Suite 201 in the Vatican when he became the Pope. His name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, equals 201. The Jesuit order equals 201. Catherine the Great saved 201 Jesuits, so they tell us. Messi is currently staying in his own hotel room because he used to share it with Aguero, and now he don't want to share with anyone else. No, he's at the 201 because it's all connected to the Pope and Satan. Messi's staying in his own hotel room, not with the team. How disgusting is that? It's Messi, this little demonic dwarf, is supposedly the captain of Argentina, but he wants to stay in his own hotel room by himself. What a leader. Hey, Messi? What a leader you are. I've told you, if Satan wanted to get a 2'3" actual midget and make him the best footballer in the world, he could do it. He could get a woman who can't kick a ball and he could give her the power to score 70 goals in the Premier League if he wanted to. That's what you have to get in your head. That's what you have to get in your head. And sometimes, even though Satan's possessing them, you can still see that these people playing, they're not natural athletes. They don't belong out there, but they're possessed. They're possessed. That's why you have a great spell of possession. Pope Francis was born on 12/17. This game was 12 months and 17 days before his 87th birthday, and Messi was born in 87. Francis became the Pope on a day leaving 293 days left in the year, and 29 times 3 is 87. Number of the beast equals 87. 8 times 7 equals 56. Pope equals 56. The sight of Jesus equals 56. This game was 5 months and 6 days after Messi's birthday. England won the World Cup 56 years ago. The fourth horseman of Revelation is death, and Poland can stay on 4 points. Okay, Poland wear that red and white. Red's connected to war. Poland is the nation that Hitler invaded to trigger the war. How deep is this, eh? How deep is this? Poland's record will be played 3, won 1, drawn 1, lost 1. Okay, like 31-11 that. 31's the 11th prime. Poland will have a record of 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss, 1-1-1. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 1-1-1. Argentina's 84th World Cup game. Pope Francis was born 12/17/1936. Those numbers get you 84. Told you there's 8 groups of 4 at the World Cup. And 31, the 11th prime. Pope gets you 11. It was on 9-date numerology. Francis became the Pope 9 years ago. Argentina can get the 45th World Cup win, the 9th try. World War II ended in 45. Of course, they get the 45th win against Poland, who basically were involved in getting the World War starting. Lewandowski, Polish legend. Of course, he made his name in Germany. Of course. Francis visited the White House on 23-9. And Argentina stayed on 2 draws and 3 losses versus Poland. 23 is the 9th prime. 239. Francis visits the White House on 239, which is the 52nd prime, and Pope gets you 52. And it was Pope Gregory who came up with the concept of the 52-week calendar, which I have destroyed, because 52 divided by 4 is 13, not 12. You utter satanic scumbags. Poland get the 14th World Cup loss, and Francis was born with 14 days left in the year. Francis became the Pope on 313, and this game is exactly 313 days before the upcoming 10-year anniversary of Francis becoming the Pope. Poland stay on 57 World Cup points, exactly 507 weeks after Francis became the Pope. It's absolutely just a masterclass of a code. 5 times 7 is 35, like Satan, and Baphomet gets you 35. And I'm not going to tell you now. I'll save it. I'll save it from my website. But I'm going to post, guys, to find that Chuck found, which I've added to, why Argentina are going to be playing Australia. It's going to really make you go, what? You're going to see exactly why Argentina are playing Australia. Guys, this World Cup book, it's all going to come together for me. My Kobe book, my Queen book, my Illusion book, which I've not shared with anyone, which is so close to being done, the World Cup book. When you have all of them in one and you see how it's all connected, which will be 4 books. Maybe that's the end of me with the books, the 4. Maybe the 7. I don't know. You're going to have your head explode. So when England plays Senegal, that will be 42 different World Cup opponents, beast rules for 42 months. That is amazing. Thank you. I'm going to steal that. This Raz guy, or Raz, how do you pronounce? I'm going to say Raz. He always pops up in the live and always finds an amazing find. England's the 3 lions. Senegal are the lions. I didn't know that with the 42. Thank you. That's an amazing find. Iraq Diner came out 4132 and may revalue 1423, 90 years and 279 days, 279 life path of our year 2023. And 927 Iraq tried putting out 20,000 note, 99 days to 14927 like 99. This Detroit Aaron's great as well. You need some soap and a rope if you're near the Pope. Don't make me laugh, mate. The throat's hurting me, but that's a classic. 79, 7 plus 9 equals 16. 7 times 9 is 63. 16 plus 63 is 79. Wow. Find out what happened 16, 63. It's why JFK died in 63. That's amazing. Kempers missed penalty, third game of 78 World Cup. Maradona missed penalty, third game of 86 World Cup. Wow, Martin. I'm going to steal that as well. But what are you indicating that means Argentina win the World Cup? That's what you're indicating there. They have a phenomenal, exceptional riddle. I don't think they're going to let them win it, though, a day after the Pope's birthday, unless they really want to make it blatantly obvious. But if it's the last ever World Cup, they can do what they want. This whole World Cup has been blatantly obvious now. Right, I'm off. That 42 is amazing that somebody sent me, Riot Rays. Thanks to all of you. I hope you truly enjoyed. I hope you truly enjoyed that documentary. I hope you share it. I hope you watch it more than once. I hope if you ever feel down and fed up and lost with the world, that you watch that. I hope it leads you to Jesus Christ. I hope it takes you away from gambling. I hope you realize the power of your energy and the power of the mind and the power of the spirit, that we're powerful, powerful entities, and we've been programmed to think that we're weak. I hope you see through the system. I hope you realize we don't need a ton of money to be happy. I hope it inspired you. And Chad, thank you again. I have to go. I'm sick, man. But I'm still here. And I hope that documentary might change at least one person's life, all right? Thanks for all your support. It means so much to me. I'm going to take this shirt off now for the ladies. You ready, ladies? You ready? There's the Jesus cross, and not the upside down one. Taking it off. Taking it off, baby. Woo! Oh. If I can do this, I can do this, because there's music videos of guys with their shirts off, girls with their ass hanging out. I can take my shirt off because I'm boiling hot. God wins. God's already won. Satan, you're going down. All right? Enjoy your little spell of possession over mankind. But you will never, ever, ever return to the kingdom of God, Lucifer. Burn, baby, burn. Ooh. Cheers, guys. I'm off.